You know me, former basketball player, so I just recently got into the trading cards.
All right, we got more of the same box.
Haha! Smile for the cam. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Des360, providing you with that motivational and inspirational content to help supercharge your grind, your vibe, your journey. So today, we're gonna get into something cool. The NBA draft just happened, and I, as a former professional athlete, former basketball player overseas, love the game. So I decided to make an investment on the upcoming class of rookies in this year's NBA draft. How did I do it? Well, I invested in trading cards. So I bought 6 boxes of these PANINI Contenders, right? So these are boxes by Panini, that's the company, and they include 18 cards per pack, 6 packs per box, with some autographed signature cards in here as well. Now, why did I get into this? What made me start doing it? We're all at home looking for different ways to make some money, but at the same time, the goal is to be able to make money and have fun doing it. So my whole thing is investing in what you like. We're gonna cover 5 topics on investing in what you like, and today we're gonna focus in on the NBA rookie cards. How do you make money off of these anyway? So there are cards in here such as a LaMelo Ball card, an Anthony Edwards card, certain players in the draft that they believe will be the next superstar, right? The next Kevin Durant, the next Steph Curry. Well, if you pull one of those cards and you get a signed version of that card, it's gonna be worth a lot of money. There are cards in this box that are going for thousands of dollars, right? So let's start off with, for example, I paid around $220 for this box. That's not that cheap, right? So you have to really look at what you're willing to invest. But if I pull a card that's worth $2,500, well, then I've already made over 10 times what I invested into this. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about how you can sell, how you can make money and make profit off of the things that you like. Basketball card edition. You got to invest in things you like. I play basketball. I played professional basketball. I lived overseas and did basketball. I have nice shoes, basketball shoes here. I used to sell a lot of basketball sneakers. So basketball culture is literally embedded in my DNA, right? So if I'm looking to make money off of something, you always want to go into what already naturally fits your lifestyle. I already watch basketball. I already know about the players. So why not put money into cards that I can watch grow as the players grow and their careers progress, right? So just being smart, being logical about it. I grew up skateboarding, so I recently started buying a lot of nostalgic skateboards. And for me, it's fun because it brings back the memories of skateboarding, but then also they are collectible items. So I know that, hey, in a couple years, the value of these skateboards are going to go up. So if I do decide to sell them to somebody else, it's like a win-win. So that's literally what I could say. It's all lifestyle. If you're, for example, if you're a Star Wars fan, obviously, you're gonna start buying Star Wars memorabilia, collectibles, and then just watching them grow. There's been a huge Pokemon craze over the last few years, and especially over the last few months. And yeah, if you're into Pokemon, invest in Pokemon. So that's number one. The number one tip I have for how to invest in things that you like is investing in things that you like. Okay, but is it that simple? What do you need if you're gonna invest in trading cards? Bringing it back to the trading cards, what do you need? So the way that these cards work is you really want to have mint condition cards, right? And just because you pull a card out of the pack, here's like a Ben Simmons numbered holographic. Notice the first thing I did is I put it in a plastic sleeve, right? And this is a plastic sleeve. You can buy like thousands of sleeves for like 20 bucks, 20 to 30 bucks on Amazon. If you pull a super rare card, you are going to, for example, I pulled the James Wiseman. James Wiseman is top 3 pick, NBA draft this year, 7-footer, projected to do big things. So not only did I put it in a regular plastic, but I put it in a harder double plastic. Why? As I mentioned, cards are based on condition. So the better condition your card is, the probability of it being worth more, right, is higher. And another thing is, we'll get into that in a sec, you can send in your cards to get graded by the PSA, and graded cards that come back in like a 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, they're worth way more than cards that are not graded, or cards that are graded and come back at like a 5, 6, or 7. Literally, it could be the difference between a $10 card and a $1,000 card. So take care of your cards. And my best tip is, as soon as you get your cards, put them in a plastic. And if they're the real rare ones, you double it up. And this stuff you can literally get online. So let's say this costs you $30 to get 1,000 sleeves. And then this costs you, $20 to get a full box. I have a full box of them, right? So yeah, you have to invest in the beginning, but the long-term return is worth it. And of course, I enjoy basketball. So investing in cards, it's fun. I'm learning something new. Like I said, it fits my lifestyle. So far everything's going hand in hand, naturally flowing. So let's say you're interested. You want to get into the game. You want those $1,000 cards, right? And trust me, I believe this guy, we got some cards here and we'll talk about it. I believe I have some cards that are worth a pretty penny. I've been offered quite a few hundred already for some of these cards. Well, where do you get the cards? All right, so Panini Contenders. Panini is the company that makes cards. There are also other companies, Don Russ and such. And like I said, I'm new to this, but from what I've learned, you can go to Walmarts and Targets and they restock. You have to find out when they restock. So literally, whether you're collecting Pokemon or basketball cards or football cards or baseball cards, you're gonna have to check continuously. Check Walmart, check Target, right? But the cool thing is, you might be able to find a box like this for way cheaper, like retail price. They're blaster boxes. So this has 6 packs per box, 18 cards per pack. But you might be able to find a blaster box, which literally is a few packs, but it's like $20, and literally the flip value is like $60 off top. So unopened boxes, let's talk about that real quick. If I were to just buy this for $200, right, and not even open it, say, you know what, I'm just gonna sell it as is, someone else can take the chance and play the game, probably could sell this for $300, so you can make $100 immediately. So there are two types of I guess you could say collectors / resellers. Some that sell just unopened packs, unopened boxes, and others that open them up and look for the gems that are inside. So all depends either way. I'm trying out both, and since this is my first time really going into it, I opened all 6 boxes, and I have another video literally doing the full unboxing of that. So Walmart, Target, and then online. I got these boxes off the Panini website. There was a countdown and they went on sale at 8 a.m. PST, so I'm in LA, 8 a.m. I was online, multiple phones, boom, boom, trying to add to cart. And if you are anyone who's ever bought shoes off of like the sneakers app or Nike.com, you know that grind is challenging, it's tough, but I got through. I got quite a handful of boxes and I'm stoked on that. So you have to keep up with and check online. When's the next box coming out? Look at the different reviews. Is it worth buying, right? Because some boxes and some packs aren't really worth that much, and there's not a lot of hype. This game is big on hype. Hype is huge, especially if you're talking about players, which leads us to our next part. How to invest and how to know what to invest in. So with these being rookie cards, I'm invested in the futures of these rookies, right? So let's talk about like RJ Hampton. This is RJ Hampton. He played pro in Australia last year, I believe. He got drafted in the end of the first round this year, right? And I have a 1 of 14 signed card of him, die cut, Panini Contenders. Now, here's a real story. I listed this card at $350 on eBay. I received an offer for $175. And at that point, I had to make a decision. If I sell the card for 175 right now, I mean, that's worth more than, that's basically almost the same price of the whole box. But if RJ has a good season, this card could end up being worth $1,000, right? If RJ averages 15 or does well in his name. Look at Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic rookie cards were probably going for like $300 a piece in the beginning, or maybe even less than that. And they ended up selling, now you can't find one for, you have to pay at least a couple grand. So that's what happens. So you're kind of betting on the futures of these players. Yeah. So that's what it is when you're talking about rookies. And back to the hype, NBA season is coming up. So that means that the cards are going to start rising in prices. During off seasons, the cards start to dip. So it's kind of like it's its own market in its way, right? NFL is going on right now, so NFL cards are going up. Who do you invest in? Let's say players in the NFL such as like Tua or Joe Burrows, right? The players with a lot of hype. I'll go back to James Wiseman, top 3 pick. A lot of hype on him right now, right? So hopefully his card goes up. He has a good year, his card goes up in value. So you have to constantly kind of watch the game and decide. You know, for example, that RJ Hampton that I just said, I got offered 175. Let's say he has a horrible year and I'm like, and the card could go down to like being $20, you know, and I lost money. But that's the risk you're willing to take. And that's why this is the investor's guide to trading cards, right? And starting with the rookies. Okay, so how do you price your cards? As I mentioned, I pulled a card and I priced it for $350. I had no idea. I mean, I have another card, and I'll talk about it in a bit, that I priced for $2,500. This is a 1-of-1 card, Nico Manian rookie. I priced it for $2,500 online, right? How did I do it? How did I come up with that? Well, because certain rare cards are scarce, right? If you're talking commons, there are a bunch of cards in here that are like common cards or just regular holos, and they're probably not worth much, like dollars, if that. But the big boomers, such as a 1-of-1 rookie card, you know, you don't know how much it really costs. So you try to look online. For example, go on eBay, type in that player's name. I typed in Nico Manian 1-of-1, and one other person was selling a different 1-of-1 card, and they were selling it for $2,500. So for me, I'm like, well, it looks like that's the market price. I'm gonna list mine at $2,500. And it's kind of that. And hey, who knows? Let's say Nico has a great year, that card might double. And now all of a sudden someone buys it for $2,500, and then they can go and flip it for like $4,000. Or the flip side, right? Maybe he doesn't have a good year and I'm like, you know what? I just want to move the card. Let me list it for $1,000. So there is some volatility in the market, and that's the risk you're taking on each player. But it only takes a couple players, a couple cards. I just spent, if I bought 6 boxes at $220 a piece, right? Let's do the quick math. Let's just say 200 times 6, $1,200 plus another 120, $1,320. And let's say I sell this one card for $2,500. I've already made double what I paid. Plus I have hundreds of other cards that are signed that I can start flipping. Like Peyton Pritchard. I think this guy's a really good shooter. He might have a good year. This card might end up being worth $100. Or maybe he has a horrible year and it's only worth $10. But at that point, it's all profit. So that's what makes this fun. You're literally buying a bunch of cards and then watching the value of them escalate or de-escalate, go up and down, and decide at what point do you want to sell. So when do you sell? Exactly. You got to make that decision for yourself, right? And that's what makes it so cool. So those are like my introductory tips. I'm going to drop a couple other videos, literally the unboxing and opening of these packs. I'm going to talk more in depth about the bangers that I pulled, the $2,500 card. I got another card in here from the encased. So this was a $550 box, but I pulled a card here that I believe is worth at least $3,500. So that's super exciting, and hopefully this helped. I would love to learn more from you guys as well, because I'm just getting right into it, but think like the cool part is, as I mentioned, I love basketball. I grew up with basketball. I watch basketball. It's already part of my DNA. So it makes it that much easier to go in and be like, oh, that player, this player, and quickly grasp what's going on and join the market. So my whole thing is everyone get in the game. If you want to make some profit off of something that you like, right? Whether it's these rookies, the NBA rookie class, now is the time to do it. Panini Contenders or other boxes coming out, and it's really fun. I enjoy it, and like, comment, subscribe, share this, and I want to hear from you guys. You know, if you pulled any bangers, let me know. Des360, thanks everyone. Signing out.